So this is the point. We come to the underground area and we see that a bunch of like creatures are like huddled up here, but I didn't kill them last time because I was like, oh, this might draw attention of people that are down here, but then we get into a combat situation anyway, so it's fine. So we'll choose to kill the creatures. I say we kill them. I tell Layla this is what we came here for after all. After we need to make sure that we do it quietly. The last thing we want to do is to alert everyone, whatever guard there is in this place. I'll do it quietly, Layla writes, and she throws rocks at one of the saber-toothed tiger's heads. The rock cracks the tiger's skull, and the creature drops to the ground with a loud thud. Layla wastes no time. She then throws a second rock at one of the other tigers in the cell. At the moment, we begin to hear a deafening shriek from the harpies in the opposite cell. Harpies are hideous creatures that have the appearance of women with scales, wings, and claws. They might look almost human, but in reality, they couldn't be more different. They're just about as intelligent as the lowliest of reptiles. They're twice as vicious. The shrieks are most likely meant to alert whoever is in charge of guarding these cells. It quickly changes the target. She begins to hit the harpies instead, but now the whole tunnel is being flooded with the roars and screams of all the creatures that are being held in the cells. This isn't good. Someone is bound to hear this noise, and if this someone has a way of opening the cells remotely, we'll be surrounded by these creatures in no time. We'll look around to see which creatures would be the most dangerous for us to face if they were freed. The direwolves, the giant rat, and the saber-toothed tigers are all deadly, but in the end they're not much more powerful than regular animals. Layla is already dealing with the harpies, which leaves me to choose between gargoyles and griffins. The griffins are creatures that have the bodies and tails and legs of lions, while the heads, wings, and talons are those of eagles. They can be a nuisance, but their main power lies in attacking from above, which would be difficult to do here because of the relatively low ceiling. Gargoyles, on the other hand, also have other means of fighting besides their aerial attacks. They could accurately be described as thinner ogres with wings and horns, with their strength is comparable to that of ogres as well. Even if their wings wouldn't be of much help here, they will still crush our bones with their bare hands if they get close enough to us. I decide that the gargoyles are by far the most dangerous of the bunch, and so I pick up a rock from the ground and throw it at one of their heads. But I'm interested in how the hell is, I mean, how strong is the cell that's holding them? I mean, these creatures can crush bones like nothing, and like iron bars are holding them back. I mean, we saw in the arena how strong these fuckers are, so it's kind of, maybe they're enchanted cells or something. Strength check successful level 2. The rock smashes the gargoyle's head, which makes it fall on the ground. I proceed to kill the second gargoyle in the same way, but before I can find a third rock, all the iron gratings suddenly open at the same time, and the beasts slowly start coming out of their cells. The last remaining gargoyle rushes towards me and tries to grab me with one of its hands, but I quickly pull out my enchanted dagger and cut off the monster's head clean off of its shoulders. If the gargoyles are dead, my next priority should be griffins. Layla already seemed to have her hands full of fighting with the saber-toothed tigers and the direwolves at once, so I can't have her fighting the griffins as well. That being said, I don't think that would be a good idea for me to fight them all at once either. I should at least find a way to distract them. First, it's a good thing that I've been reading my notebook all day yesterday. I think that I might know just the trick to get the griffins' attention. These creatures might look ferocious. The behavior is that of a bird of prey, and I'm willing to bet that they've been left on the verge of starvation just so that they'll be more aggressive when the arena begins. As long as I get those giant rats to come this way, griffins won't be able to resist the temptations, and the natural instincts will surely kick in. I'll lay myself on the ground with my back facing the rats in order to trick them into thinking I'm either dead or severely hurt from the battle with the gargoyles. It's working. A few of them are coming my way. The others have now noticed me as well, rushing to get ahead of the rats that are already moving towards me. I need to keep calm. I must not scare them away. Just a little closer, just a little more. The griffins are not reacting. Maybe I should cut one of the rats with my dagger so the griffin can smell the blood. Slice one of the rats with my dagger when it comes close. When the rats approach, get up slowly so I don't scare them away. Yeah, they would be scared. So I think I don't know. Smell the blood? Is that how griffins work? I don't know. I slice one of the daggers with my, yeah, sure. As the first rat reaches, I grab my dagger firmly in my hand and use it to stab the creature in the chest. The rats start squealing in pain while blood is coming out of his chest, and all the rats that are heading in my way are now scattering away in fear. As this rat I stabbed dies, the griffin are beginning to finally take notice of me, and they're all heading my way. This is exactly what I was trying to avoid. Well, that's stupid. Okay, I'm gonna reverse it. Fuck you. I'm gonna reverse. This is the ideal playthrough. I can reverse this. I was just working my way back, and I just kind of wanted to check what the elevator thing was. Swim to the bottom of the lake to see if you can find a way to start the elevator. I think I did this last time, but I will check. I think that there might be tied to the platform at the end. Lake activated. I jump into the lake. I swim back towards the rope. When I've reached them, I take a deep breath, dive into the water. Seems to be right. There really is the platform at the very bottom of the lake tied to the ropes. However, there is no obvious mechanism to start the thing. Stone pillar with a hole on top. I think this is where we put the spider-shaped key in. Whatever. Did you find anything? I didn't find any levers. I say as I squeeze the water out of my shirt. The most, yeah. It's the same thing. And then we walk towards the building. So I think this is more fun than the other one, so I'll keep this one. So when the rats approach, get up slowly so I don't scare them away. Let's do this. I get up slowly, staggering for a bit in order to give the rats the false impression that I'm still hurt from battle. The giant rats stop to look at me, uncertain of what to do. They don't seem uncomfortable attacking me while I'm standing up, but they don't look like they want to retreat either. The few moments of indecision cost them dearly because now the griffins have finally taken notice of them and are running at full speed towards their prey. The first griffin to arrive pounces onto one of the rats, finishes off with its beak. The rest of the rats are now scattering, but they're not fast enough to escape the griffins. Eventually, each of the 4 griffins managed to kill at least one of the giant rats, and now they're all busy feasting on their hard-earned spoils, completely ignoring the fact that I'm still here. I couldn't have asked for a better turn of events. The griffins are spread out from each other. They're completely focused on eating their meal. All I need to do now is kill them off quietly one by one, and they won't even get the chance to attack me. As I approach the griffin that's closest to me with a knife in hand, I can't help but think that this is likely the one and only opportunity I'll ever have to ride a griffin. It's just lying there, not paying any attention to me. All I need to do is jump on its back, and then I'd be just like one of those griffin riders from the stories I used to read when I was a kid. I mean, they've got griffins locked up in here. They surely have tamed them enough for people to ride on their backs, right? No, this is stupid. Why am I even thinking? What am I even thinking? Am I trying to get myself killed? I try to get these thoughts out of my head as I get closer to the griffin and prepare to strike. The griffin is lying on its belly with its front claws holding the dead rat. While using its beak to cut through the meat, it's still ignoring me. Maybe it wouldn't hurt if I just climbed on his back real quick. It's not like I'm ever going to get another chance like this, and if things go bad, I'll just jump right off and kill it with my daggers. Nothing that can go wrong if I just give it a quick try, right? I think I should kill the griffin directly. I'm not gonna bother riding the griffin. Oh, I just looked up. Oh, I'm so stupid. Fucking hell, I'm beyond stupid. It literally says in the guide what to do. I started playing it like I'm supposed to be playing it. I'm supposed to be reading off of it. It says choose to kill the creatures. When the rats approach, get up slowly not to scare them away. I could have just read it. Fucking hell. Choose to kill the griffin directly. Sure, kill the griffin directly. Actually, in second thought, maybe it's better just not risk it. I suppress my urge to ride the griffin. I stab it in the throat as soon as I lower its head to eat again. I aim for its vocal cords in order to make sure that it doesn't scream and alert the others, but I didn't manage to remain completely unnoticed. The griffin that was eating nearby saw what happened to its companion. It's now slowly advancing towards me. I wait for it to get closer, but I do not give it the chance to strike. Quickly stab it in the chest with my enchanted daggers. The beast slowly stops moving, and it slowly falls towards the ground with a blank stare on its face. Once again, the information from my notebook was on point. If I hadn't read those detailed diagrams explaining the griffin's anatomy yesterday, I would have never have been able to pinpoint the location of this one's heart with such precision. Now to take care of the other two. The remaining 2 griffins did not seem to pay much attention to what happened to the companions, and they're too busy enjoying their meal to see me slowly approaching them. Stabbed the first one in the back of the neck while it was still eating. The second one sees what happened, but it tries to get up on its feet, but I quickly react and stab it in the heart and killing it instantly. Layla was still fighting when I got done with the griffins, but she was on the verge of wrapping things up. The harpies were all dead. There were only 2 dire wolves and 1 saber-toothed tiger left standing. As I approach her, Layla makes an impressive display of acrobatic prowess, doing a cartwheel over one of the wolves, landing with her feet on the other wolf's head, crushing it into the ground. She then takes her 2 daggers and throws them into the remaining wolf's and tiger's head, sending the lifeless bodies tumbling to the tavern's floor. I took care of the griffins and the gargoyles. I tell Layla she retrieves the 2 daggers from the wolves, the tiger's bodies. There are some rats left, but they're not exactly a threat. I think we're done here. Not yet, Layla writes. We're not done until we find out who opened the cells. Well, if they're hiding in this room, we would have seen them. I think it might be the guy, the arena owner. He did say that he was watching us the entire time, so yeah, he is around here somewhere. If they're hiding in this room, we would have seen them by now, I say. And there are only one way to get here from the lake. The only way where they could be hiding is beyond this tunnel. You're right, little rice. Let's get going. We make our way to the end of the tunnel, and we both ready our daggers while we advance to the next area of the cavern. As we are now enter a much narrower tunnel, we can't help but notice that there are two wooden chairs near the entrance, which seem to have knocked over in a hurry, and there is a bowl of fresh stew lying on the ground untouched. Do you suppose that the guys who were sitting on these chairs are the ones who opened the shell? Layla, it's a possibility, Layla writes. Either way, we should be expecting an ambush as soon as we exit the tunnel. Get ready. I think this is where the orcs or whatever attack us. Everything after this is just pretty much pointless. Yeah, it's just we fight orcs and we end up with trolls and we end up with the goblin and flower and whatnot.